How much does a channel with 20,000 subscribers earn on YouTube on a monthly basis? That is a series that I have committed to since this channel first went monetized in January of 2025. I'm now in August, but I'm giving you the data from June. I'm normally a month behind because YouTube takes over a month to actually pay you the check, and you need to earn over £60 before YouTube pays you anything. In order to have a monetized channel on YouTube as it stands right now in 2026, you need 4,000 watch hours in a 12-month period, and you also need 1,000 subscribers. This channel passed this last year and I've been earning since then. So I'm going to get through this pretty quickly. I'm going to show you the data screens right here of what I see inside my YouTube studio, probably the most used app on my telephone now that I have been way to sound like an old boomer, John. My mobile phone, my iPhone, that's what I mean. But the YouTube studio, the app I probably use the most. What's happening with my videos? What's going on with the channel? How much watch time have I got? How much money am I making? All of those kind of questions. So this is for the month of June. To give you a little bit of history, in May the channel had generated 71,000 views, and here's what the performance looks like 1 month later. The total views for the channel had declined to 56,422. 56,000 views on the channel, down from previous months. Not making any shorts, or very few shorts, and the channel has gone into a kind of consolidation phase. But that's the views. Let's jump through this and then I'll give you a little bit of narrative. When it comes to watch hours, now this is a hot topic because YouTube recently changed its terms and conditions. From February of 2027, you will now need 8,000 watch hours in a 12-month period in order to gain the monetization or pass the threshold. So on a month where my views were down compared to previous months, what did the watch hours look like? That's the amount of time that people are actually spending watching the channel. Well, that came out at 4,567 hours. So just above that threshold marker in one single month of posting videos, in a month that was kind of low for me in terms of a performance. Videos that I had created about the British gas payment schedule, the complaint that I had, generated 401 hours from about an 8-minute video that kind of landed. So that gives you some perspective as to what one video can generate. 401 hours from just that one, I don't know, 8 to 10 minute long video about my British gas complaint. But 4,500 hours in a single month of June. Right, let's move on. Here's an interesting one for you, right? Subscribers. How many subscribers did I gain in the month of June? Well, I always set this channel up to have integrity and transparency, so I'm not going to shirk away from this. For the very first month ever on this channel, I had a decline. I brought in less people, or brought in less people than I was losing. Got that right. My brain's gotten healthier. And I lost 109 subscribers. Now, to give you a total, the number of people who joined the channel as new subscribers was 600, and the number that left was 710. So why is that happening? Well, simple answer is the channel's not where I set it up, right? It's evolved. It's in that, you know, second and third album phase of your favourite band, right? Where you either really love it or you've decided that it's no longer for you. I've heard from viewers who joined last year when I was going through my redundancy phase, when I was initially talking about losing my dad and what that all meant to me, so people were connecting from a grief level, and you know, 18 months later, I'm just not there. I've been able to put myself into a different position. The channel gave me that motivation to do all of that, and I've shared a lot of that with you. So new viewers have came along in that time who have enjoyed the travel or have enjoyed the money aspect, and people have left where it's no longer kind of fulfilling their needs. And that's just the ways and means of having a channel, is the up and down part of all of this. YouTube has a new AI function built into the studio part of the app that you can log into, and you can ask it a whole series of questions. It's fascinating. You click on a little diamond that's normally in the top corner of your screen, and you can just ask it anything. Where are new viewers coming from? Where are people leaving from? And it gives you as much as it possibly can in terms of data, and it's been fascinating to look in there. I actually made a live stream where I talked about the total number of people who've left this channel since I started. You don't typically see that unless you're digging into the data of your channel, and I asked it how many people have left since I started this channel. I made a video talking about that, and the result of that was that more people left. Sometimes you're giving people permission by talking about these difficult topics, like, hey, I've lost subscribers on this channel, and as a result more people think, well, I'm leaving this channel, and that's just the ways and means of it. Also, every time you post a new video, YouTube does a tester of some of your audience, and when it does that, it picks up that some accounts have disappeared, they've been shut down, and it removes that from your base, so you can actually see a decline sometimes in some of your numbers before new people join. So I asked that AI system, how many of the 21,000 subscribers have I got are actually active? And the answer that came back was around 13,000. So even though my page says 21,000, actually only 13,000 of those are active, and from that many of them are watching these videos and following along with this story, and I'm immensely grateful for the people who do that. People who have gone through all of those phases of my life last year and are still here watching this content and following along with us. That's the audience that I'm focusing on. Right, let's cover the big part of this. What was the earnings like then for that particular month? Well, the answer to that for the month of June was £239.34 in AdSense revenue for the month. My missed deadlines video was £33.30, and my £900 gap in my monthly income was £15.85, and then it goes down. Some videos make a couple of pound, some make 20, 30. That's the whole point of building a catalogue of videos and continually posting over a month. So on this screen here, you can see the 6,000 subscribers. The video that I posted, it was a long form, it was like an hour-long discussion, and that video lost 13 subscribers in total. That's the way it goes. That's YouTube. It's a bit like my past career when I was selling stuff, right? I wasn't smashing targets every single month. Some months you had a dry month, some months people just didn't buy the products that you were selling. You just have to keep coming back and keep having a go at it. I hope there's a little bit of a lesson in all that for you. Now, importantly, I started doing a lot more live streams. I started setting up on a Saturday morning, sometimes on a Wednesday, hosting an hour-long chat and just taking comments and covering specific topics. And actually that grew in the month of June. So that went from around 3,000 views to over 10,000 views. And of course, that also then impacts a little bit on earnings, because I don't really make any money from my live streams. Live streams are where viewers donate to ask specific questions. Super chats, where a comment can be highlighted and the creator can answer that specific topic. That's really what live streams are for. Live streams themselves pay almost nothing compared to a YouTube video. So you can see on this screen here, I'm showing you the earnings from one live stream. So that's about an hour's worth of live chat, and then it's available as a replay afterwards, and you can see £3.39 was being paid out for the live stream, and the replay paid £2.45. So very low. But so question then is like, well, why do you do it? Well, it's a kind of a community builder. It gives me this chance to sit and read comments and questions live and answer them and kind of ad-lib and just have as close to a two-way conversation as we possibly can have, and I really enjoy that. So I kind of forgo a little bit of the revenue from it for the sake of engaging with people on a group basis, and I'm trying to commit to doing that. So for the month of June, that grew by 7,000 views in that single month, and for me that was a pretty good performance. So there we go, June, down in the views on the videos, down in the number of subscribers, increased on the number of views on the live streams, and from a watch hour perspective, 4,500 hours of watch time. Still pretty good, right? I take my mind back to last January when I started this channel, and I said to Yvonne, see if just somebody comes and watches this. If somebody just, you know, if I get 50 views, I'd be over the moon with that. And in reality, for the month, I had 56,000 views. I have to remind myself at times, that's reality. All right, I hope you found this useful, and I'll be back to share July's with you. Good or bad, this is it. This is warts and all. Have a great day, everyone.